Everyone, here is the new Leetcode problem which name is remove duplicate letters. Leetcode 316 problem. In this problem what we have given is we given a string as remove duplicate letters so that every letter appears only and only once. You must make sure your result is, this is the important, the result should be smallest in lexicographically order among all possible results. So what is the mean of lexicographically order? So here we can see a string A is lexicographically smaller than a string B if the first position A and B are different. You can see this. So let's look the example 1. Here we have given a string BC ABC. So we have to remove all the duplicates of that particular character, and we will find the unique characters, and that should be a in lexicographically order. So let's look the example BC ABC. So B is repeating 2 times, but last index of B is 3. So we will take the last index. So first intuition that comes in my mind that we will create the last index array, because we can see we are taking the last index of if element is repeating, then we are taking the last index of that particular element. A is repeating 1 time, then we will take the A directly, and C is repeating 2 times, so we will take the index 4 of that C, as the same as the example 2. So firstly we will create a last index array. Then what we will do, here's the repetition of element, so we have to create a visited array so that we can keep track of that particular element is visited or not. Then we will create a stack, because we have to pick characters which are not already picked. Also the character pick should be lexicographical greater than the previous character, so this can be achieved with the help of stack. So we will create a stack also. Then we will traverse, as you can see here is the approach. Then we will traverse, we will take a current element, current character, and we will check if that current character is visited or not. If that is visited, then we will continue. In else case, we will check if is smaller than the stack and pop of the top of the stack and mark it as unseen, and means unvisited. Here should be unvisited. So let's look the code, then you can better understand. So we will solve this question by using these commands. So first create a last index which stores the last index of any character. So firstly we will create last index array. So vector of int last index, their size should be 26, and I will initialize it as 0. Then now we will put this character, so int I equals to 0 to I less than s dot size, then I plus plus. Now I'll put the last index of characters in last index array. So last index of s of I minus a, because I am taking the index, equals to I. So here I have put this character, this index of particular character. So now what will I do? Create a boolean array visited to keep track of whether we have seen a certain character or not. So now we will create a vector of bool type which name is visited, size 26, and initialize with false, initially false. And now we have to also create a stack to keep track of elements. So stack of int st. Now we'll traverse, as you can see, now traverse over the string and we will find the current representation of index of character in alphabetic order. So for int I equals to 0 to I less than s dot size, then I plus plus. Now I will find int current equals to s of I minus a, because we are taking the index, that's why minus a, that will give us an integer value. So now we will check if visited of current, if that current character is visited, means current index, then we will continue, and in else case we will apply a loop, as you can see, else while the stack is not empty, and these are the condition. So what should be the condition? While st dot size is greater than 0, and then the particular element, means st dot top, the top ka element should be greater than, if the top element of stack is greater than the s of I, and the top element, if the top element is b and b is repeated in the remaining part of the string, then we can remove. It means I should be less than last index of s of I, means s dot top actually, minus a. If this condition is true, it means we have to pop that element. Firstly we will we will mark it as a false. So visited of st dot top minus a equals to false, and now we will pop st dot pop, and in out of the while loop we will push that element, means st dot push. If this condition is not true, while loop, it means this condition is fulfilled or this condition is not true, then we will direct put the element s of I, and we will mark it as a true, visited of a current element, because here we want index, that's why current equals to 2. This is done. Now after this popping operation, stack as now we will mark it as true if at last pop the stack element and store it as string and return the answer in reverse order, because stack gives us answer in reverse order. So now we have to return this in reverse order. So how will I return? Firstly I will create a string answer equals to null, then while st dot size is greater than 0, we will take that element, means while xt dot size is greater than 0, then answer equals to answer plus that element st of I, then we will pop that element st dot pop, st of I, not st of I, this should be st dot top. And finally reverse of answer dot begin comma answer dot end, and now we will return answer. So let's run this code. Yeah, is this 9 number, this should be ST. Now again run this code. It is working perfect. Let's submit this. Yeah, it is working perfect. So let's discuss about the time complexity and space complexity for this. So the time complexity will be big O of n because we are using a loop. So it will be O of n linear time complexity, and space complexity will also be a big O of n because we are using a vector of size 26. It will be big O of n. So what time complexity and space complexity are linear. So you can follow this approach. I have solved this question by using these comments. So if you know the another approach, then you can comment, and please like, share, subscribe if you find this helpful. Okay.